Hello, welcome back to Operation Vimy Ridge. It is the summer of 1917 for the British. Yeah. So, we lost 11 to raiding. That was a crazy roll with unrestricted submarine warfare, but we lost 11, leaving us 33. So, we were going to move a dreadnought from stage 4 to stage 3, finish the two cruisers, an infantry, a Gurkha, three colonial, hoping to place a mine if I am successful with an attack. Lend lease to whites and infantry, and then a seaplane. And then our last two is Belgium and the Netherlands. Um, yeah, so we got everything laid out here. We are only two turns away from, or two and a half, if you will, where to start. So we're three turns away from the variable ending starting. So, technology is a little tough at this point because I don't have anything else really started. So we're going to do improved factories because it's one stage away. And then we're going to start trying for depth charge and hydrophones. Technology overall for everybody has not been the greatest. I mean, there's limited factories, obviously, and the numbers are lower than in 36, but we're still all just having a little bit of trouble completing stuff but as we see, got a lot of stuff started but not moved up very far. So, 7 on gray, 7 on both. So we need a 7 on either one of these. 7 or higher is what we're looking for. And that's a 10 and a 9. Okay, so that's at least a good start. Let's hope for the dice continue doing that for us. So we do complete improved factories. Not that we have the money this turn, but we can start putting extra units down. And then hydrophones is on stage 1. Okay. And then diplomacy. I've missed the Netherlands by 1, like 3 straight times, it feels like. But it could be between France too. So Netherlands is black at 2 or less. Belgium is red at a 3 or less. Holy cow. I got a 4 for that one, and I got a 1. So the Netherlands, let's see if we get the light there. A 1. So the Netherlands comes down to stage 2 again. That's the last thing we need is them completing the Netherlands. And if I had to pick which one I hit, I would much rather hit that one at this point. Okay, our attacks. We have a bunch because we're near the end, so we're going to do some crazy stuff. So, we're going to send the Navy. And it's going to be a little convoluted and everything. But the 2 TBDs are going to go attack the mine. 1 sub is hopefully going to lay a mine. The other 4 subs are a screening force for his sub, which is declining combat, but it's still a combat move, so they are going in against his sub. And then the 5 cruisers of 3 dreads are going to bombard Western Germany with everything's an A-22, so we're going to go pick up the infantry in the A6, the 3 infantry in British Midlands, the 2 naval infantry from London, that's 2, 4, 6, and the 2 infantry from London. So that's our 8 units with our 4 transports. That gives us the 8 bombards, and that also gives us a mandatory offensive because we have to do 6 regular infantry. The naval infantry don't count. So, and then the seaplane for British Midlands is going 1-2 on map to try to hit that sub, which is why we have the screening force here, just in case. We talked last night, and he said he wasn't going to, but just in case something changes now, I'm going to roll it all out, and we'll see what happens. Then, if we can remove that mine, then the 1 British sub will lay a mine there. If not, then I'll have a mine in my place units for next turn that I know where place to use it. So then those 8 guys with the bombards are going to hit Western Germany, which is he has his fighter observing the coastal artillery, so there'll be 3 at 4. His other fighter's doing the commander. The truck is last take. So he'll have a fighter, an artillery, armored car, 6 infantry, and a naval infantry defending. So I don't think I'm going to get in. I think this is I'm just doing my mandatory offensive. But you know what? it gets it done. So we'll see what happens here. Then the TBD down here in the med in M2 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with the port bonus and try to take out that mine. And then we're going to have him do his free shot at the TBD too, because why not? So we're going to try to remove that mine. We'll see if we're successful or not. Then, because of new rules, it's not just a guaranteed. So we're going to send the seaplane from Eastern Egypt on map 1, 2 to M7. So I'll have three rounds to try to take that guy out. So I need 1, 3, and 3 rounds to take out the element transport. With the way our dice have been going, we'll miss it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not going after Hejaz again because that failed miserably last time, and I can't afford to lose too much more there. But we are going to send the 4 Colonial and 2 Gurkhas into Bengal this time. We have to remove the Germans. It's just been rough. So, yeah. So let's start up north. We have to remove the mine. So he has 5 at 2 for the mine. We maxed it out at 5. Okay, so he gets 2 hits. So we're going to lose the 2 TBDs, I think, but I'm going to double check here in a second. And then I have 2 at 4 to remove the mine. And 11 and a 9. So I do not remove the mine. And he gets 2 hits. So I'm going to lose 1 TBD. And I'm going to lose the sub that was going to lay that mine because he's no longer any good now. Okay, now we have the seaplane against the sub for 1 round. We need a 3 or less. That's a 6, so that's no good. And then I'm assuming he's not going to attack me, but just in case, we'll do 1 round. So I got 4. I got 4 at 3. He's got 1 at 3, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have to. He just has to fight the seaplane. This is where I'll get the hit. Nope, I missed. And he would have hit. You gotta be kidding me. But like I said, he declined combat, so hopefully that's where it's at. Okay. So the submarine is sunk. Or not sunk, it's submerged, so I can finish the landing now. So now, let's bring some stuff over. No, we know what we're doing here. So we'll bring his card over here. I told you it's going to go bad here. So, he has got 3 at 4 because he's observing the coastal. His plane's observing the coastal warfare. So he has 3 at 4 first strikes. 12, 12, and 2. So he's going to get 1 hit. So I'm going to damage 1 dread. And then I have 3 dreads at 4. And 5 cruisers at 2. This is where I really need to hit, and this is where it goes sideways real fast. And my luck is he will also get 1918 fighters next turn and just destroy my navy, but let's see what happens here. Okay, so 3 at 4, 5 at 2. Well, the cruisers got 1 hit there and 1 hit there. So I got 2 hits, and the rest, all the dreads missed. Okay. It's going about the way I assumed at this point. So, I will damage a dreadnought. Where's my damage markers? I will damage a dreadnought. And he will lose 2 units. We'll get here in a second with his. Okay. Okay, so he will lose 2. And he has... Oh, he's got an artillery first strike too. I guess we better do that. And it's a 12, so that misses. Okay, that's good. Okay, so he's got 6 at 6. Nope, that's 7. Sorry, he's got the commander. He's got 1917 fighters. So they are at 3, so they will go to 4. The artillery stays at 4. He already fired. The armored car goes from 3 to 4. And the naval infantry is at 4. So I'm going to assume... I'm just going to take the lowest units and allow... I'm assuming it's only going to go 1 round, so we always can fix this later if he wants to. But I'm going to assume with the bombards, you're going to take the artillery and the naval infantry. Okay. So, I need a bunch of hits here, so I'm not holding my breath, but let's see. So then I have 8. 8 at 2. 2, 4. 6. 8. And just as that's expected, well, I got 1 hit. Okay, so I do not break the trench line, which is the important part. So, and then he will have 6 at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 at 7. He will have a fighter at 4, which will be blue. And he has an armored car at 4, but we're going to do him in yellow because he gets target select on a 1. Not that it matters, but okay. So he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Okay, which is basically what I expected to happen. So he will keep Western Germany. And all he lost was 1 artillery and 1 naval infantry. So he's still in very good shape. Okay, well, that one sucked. Which we pretty much thought was going to happen, but... Well, I got 1 hit, right? So yes, he's going to lose 1 infantry. Bring him down to 5 infantry. Because he can't lose any of the observing stuff in the first round. That's another reason why I went for it. We changed the rules. You can't lose observing in round 1. So I was hoping that I needed less hits, but as you saw, I rolled horribly. Okay, so then he gets 6 hits, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 hits is all he needed to kill all my dudes. So all my dudes are dead. The Navy is up in A23 with the German sub and the sea mine. Okay. The British lost a TBD and a sub in that pursuit, and a lot of dudes. Okay. Now the TBD going after that mine. So I will have 1 at 4. That misses. And he will have 1 at 2 for the mine and 1 at 3 for the sub. And they both miss. So we will hang out there. Okay, so that one's done. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now the seaplane going against the Alderman transport. So round 1 misses. Round 2 misses. Round 3 triple misses. So I do like that rule change. That's not an automatic kill, but as you see, we just missed it 3 times. Okay. We started out strong, and now we're not doing so hot. Okay, so now we got the battle over here into Bengal. So I will have 2 at 3 for the Gurkhas and 4 at 1 for the colonial troops. Round 1. And the colonial troop gets a hit. Finally. We did something right. And he'll have 1 in defense at a 2. And he misses. Okay. So, we take Bengal back. It's not worth anything, but now we're in position to go after Burma if we want to. Okay, so 2 Gurkhas and 4 colonials. Yep. Just checking my white dice. Also, I had a weird feeling I rolled 5, but nope, I rolled 4. Okay. Oh, man. That was bad. That was bad. But hey, it is what it is. So, non-combat for the British. The seaplane in Gibraltar is going to go to Portugal, where we should have went last time. That way he can reach those subs up there. But I was dumb and went on autopilot and just missed it. Okay? The 3 transports and pre-dredge are going to go through the Suez Canal and go into port in eastern Egypt. So I'll have to get an import marker then. Do I have any sitting here? I do not see any, so I'll have to get an import marker for that one then. The seaplane in M8 is going to come off map and go 1-2 to Tunisia. The seaplane in M7 is going to come off map and go 1-2 to Tunisia also. That's done. The Colonial Najet is going to walk to southern Iraq. Yep, I think we're good there. The Colonial in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Nope, he's going to stay put there. Remember how many I bought. So, yep. Okay, done. Okay, I think that's it there. And then I did my mandatory offensive now, so what do I want to do here? I think we're going to bring these 3 back from Picardy into London, so I have my trench line there. Because all I need now is to lose the capital. I mean, it would be a fitting end to this, the way our dice and luck have been going. So, okay, I think that's it for non-combat for the British. So, to place units then, Colonials, 1 in Calcutta and 1 in Benares to re-garrison that, and 1 into Najd to re-garrison that. So all my garrisons are done. Infantry is going into eastern Egypt, bringing that total up to 9. Oh, sorry, let me change this. The Gurkha into Calcutta. That leaves me an extra colonial, which is going to go into southern Iraq. I knew I was doing something different there. The seaplane and the 2 cruisers here. The 2 cruisers are going to go into A23. And they are going to go into port. The seaplane has to go to London. Doesn't matter. Now we're going to put him up in northern England. Because then he can get over here next turn. I mean, the Germans are just going to move so they aren't in range, but I'm trying to cover as much range as I possibly can. Okay. And then the Lend-Lease, and so we'll be stuck with the mine we're going to be stuck with a mine in the place units because I wasn't able to place it because there was only allowed to be one mine per territory. If I'm wrong, there's going to be a mine placed in A11. But my guess is, reading the rules, is only one mine per territory. I'm assuming that means I can't have, it's one total. It's not just one per nation. So if I can place an A11, I will. But if not, he's not there. Okay. And then we'll do the Russian stuff here quickly before we deliver that Lend-Lease, because we got to do Russia before we do the Lend-Lease. So, but British income is at 40. We have one for Belgium. That's 41. And then we really need a high number here, but it hasn't been a good turn so far. So let's see. Well, that's not bad. 9. So that's 50. 1, 2, 3, 40. I'm sure we'll lose a bunch of that to the Japanese and the Germans, but that's a good start. So we collect 50. Then the whites. Can clean up my my stuff here. My apologies, guys. Okay, so for the whites, we got a bunch of combat moves, and the whites can move, and then we get to roll for our recruitment, and any territory not occupied then becomes Soviet again. So we're going to take the infantry from Cheetah up to Irkutsk. Take that. We are going to take the infantry from, and I shouldn't be doing this upside down, but Baratea to Angara. Okay. And these guys can come with them. Then the 3 infantry and cavalry in northern Kazakhstan are going to walk to Trobuk, or Tobolsky. Okay. The infantry from Orenburg is going to go to Sibir. Like I said, I should be doing this upside down. Okay. And then that is all the attacks. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So on a 10 or less, we will hit our recruitment. So we have our Russian white dice here. And that's a 1. So we definitely hit it. So we are going to place 2 militia. And we're going to place the Lend-Lease infantry here. So let's get 2 militia out. Okay, so the Lend-Lease infantry is going to go to Kola. And then we're going to add 1 militia to Kola. And we're going to add 1 militia to northern, because he's got a lot of stuff coming there. We're going to add here to Beria. Okay, so then 1, 2, 3 will come off. I need to get 1 more British controlled thing there. So, yeah. So let's do a quick disposition here. The Russians were pretty simple. If you have any questions there, guys, please ask. But that was pretty simple. Western Germany now has 3 fighters, a commander, a truck, armored car, and 5 infantry. They lost an artillery, a naval, and 1 infantry in the battle. The mine is still there. The sub is still there. The British lost a TBD and a sub. So they have a seaplane on map, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 subs, 1 TBD, 4 transports, effective commander, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cruisers, 2 pre-dreads, and a damaged pre-dread. So, Southern or Scotland has no change. Add a seaplane to Northern England. British Midlands has a militia and a naval infantry. London has 4 infantry and 2 cruisers in port. Picardy is now empty. There's a TBD in A21. He missed 2. Everybody missed over there. There's a seaplane in Portugal now. 2 seaplanes in Tunisia. I missed the transport there. There are a dreadnought and 3 transports in port in Eastern Egypt. Eastern Egypt has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry, cavalry, 2 cavalry, camel 2 cavalry, 2 colonials, 3 artillery, and an effective commander. No other changes in Africa. Southern Iraq has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colonials, a camel, an artillery, and 5 infantry. Bengal has 2 Gurkhas and 4 colonial. There's a Gurkha now in Calcutta, colonial Benares. No other changes over there. And the Netherlands is down to stage 2 on tech, or on diplomacy. So we will pass on the Austro-Hungarians, and we will see you guys all next year. Have a good one.